Hey, what's up guys? My name is Zach, owner of The Photo Guys, and I am a photographer. And because of which, your teacher, Miss Moon, reached out to me and she wanted me to discuss how does photography relate to STEM. And I heard you guys have been talking about STEM a lot, but let's recover it just 1 second. S, that's the science. T is for technology, E is for engineering, and M is for math. So let's break it down one section at a time. First of all, science. How does photography become a science? Well, us as photographers, our job is to capture light. And you gotta ask yourself, what is light exactly? Well, light are tiny little particles called photons. And our job as photographers is to capture that light in our boxes. Just like if you're at a park and you're capturing a caterpillar or a butterfly, what do you guys do with it? Well, you put it in a box or a container to take it home, right? Well, us as photographers, we do the same thing, but we use our own boxes, and our boxes are called cameras. Next, T for technology. How is photography related to technology? Well, look all around us. We have a camera that takes pictures that goes through a cord, and now that can pop up onto a computer. And photographers, we love technology. Why? Because it makes our life easier every single time a new camera comes out. Now let's look at the cameras that I brought here today to show you guys. Technology has gotten better through time, and as you can see, the cameras have gotten smaller and smaller and smaller to even now, I bet your mom and dad's, or maybe even some of you, have your own cell phone that you can take pictures with. And we love that because it's less to carry and easier to manage. And also, technology helps us control our light now. We have these cool remotes, just like the remote control on your TV screen, but this remote doesn't change channels, it flashes light. And what's cool about this is that we can control our light in any room, any place now. And that gives us a lot of freedom as photographers. Technology is awesome. Next, let's talk about engineering. Engineering is really important, and engineers use photographers all the time while they're doing laboratory tests and things of that nature. The reason being is because they need a photographer to come over and document the process that they are doing. Now, what's important about that is that they can use those photos later to flip back through the process and see if they can make anything better or if anything wasn't working. It's really cool, and sometimes it's really cool to help out with cool projects like that. Finally, we're going to talk about math. Now math, we're going to have to put our thinking caps on. How the heck does photography relate to math? Well, we have these things called apertures in our camera, and that's how we capture our light. Now, if you look through this hole here, this is where the aperture is. Now, when you're in a room and it's very dark out, a camera is modeled after your eye, and the aperture gets bigger when there's a little bit of light, but if there's a lot of light, it gets smaller. Now, each aperture, think about as wheels on a tire. There's little ones that are big apertures, and there's big ones that are small apertures. Now, we have these numbered. The biggest ones are about f2.5 or 2.3, and the smallest ones are f16s or f22s. Now, I know it's getting a little confusing, so let me back up a little bit. When we read, cameras are just like your eye. Now think about it, if you guys have ever went into the bathroom before, or you could try this at home, go into the bathroom and turn off the lights. Then turn them on again and look at your eyes. What you're gonna see on your eyes is that your eye is gonna go from big to small. And that's exactly what a camera does. Remember when I said apertures go big to small? Your eye does the same exact thing. Now, every single size aperture has a number attached to it. So us as photographers have to use math to make sure we get a good exposure, and we use the correct aperture. Now, when we talk about exposure, think about black being very, very dark and you can't see the picture when you take a picture, and overexposed means it's really, really white, it's too bright. So our job as photographers is to use science, technology, engineering, and mathematics to create a good exposure, and that's when you guys see those really pretty pictures. Now, photography, that concludes how photography is related to STEM. But I also want to talk to you guys about photography because it's so much fun. And a lot of you guys do have your cell phones. So what I'd like you guys to do on your free time is to go outside and take pictures. You can take pictures of your pet, your brother and sister. You can even go outside and take pictures of buildings and people that you meet. And what I'd like you guys to do is share those pictures with Miss Moon, and she can share those pictures with me because I want to see some cool pictures out of you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this talk today and learned a little something. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys.